good evening. Thank you for being here. I think I'll wait a minute or two and see. It looks like we saw people coming in. Thank you. So nice everybody could join us. I hope you have a wonderful experience. Just out of curiosity, while I'm waiting for everybody to settle in, how many of you have been to a burning bowl service before? Okay, so how many have not been here at all? Okay, great. Mark, you came. Nice that you could join us. Did you get a clipboard? Okay, does everybody have a clipboard? All right, because if those two young ladies didn't do it, we'll fire them. Oh, that's right, they didn't get paid. But they are riding home with me, so we could always leave them behind. Melody, are we good? Is there anybody else out there in the hall? All right. Okay, so let's everybody just take a super deep breath. I'm just going to ask you tonight, before we get started, to allow yourself to be as much in the silence as you possibly can. And I don't mean just talking to each other, I mean silence in your head. Allowing yourself to be fully present to this experience. It's life-changing for me every year. And I've been participating since 1998, and I still feel like every year it is just a chance to fully release. So first, I want to just take a moment to just pray us in. Divine Spirit, we invite the light of wisdom into everyone's heart this evening. We gather together to identify what needs to be left behind this year and to affirm the desires we have for the new year that we're facing. As we gather in this experience, we affirm that within every single person, here and outside of here, exists the beautiful divine light of the Christ consciousness. The connection to God, the opportunity to know in any given moment what is ours to do and when it is ours to do. And so tonight, as we walk through this process, we affirm the highest good for one another, and we recognize that the role we play holding the consciousness for each other is as important tonight as the role we play in holding the consciousness for ourselves. And so it is. Amen. So first, I think it's good to share a little bit about the process, if you don't mind. So we're going to do prayer and meditation to help us calm our minds and to allow Spirit to guide us through the process of identifying what we need to release. And I'll get into that more later. And then there'll be the paper and pens you have will be the opportunity for you to write down at the point at which I prompt that, for you to write down what it is you need to let go of. And then we'll have another meditation that allows us to identify what we want to affirm for our lives in the coming year. And the process is very important. For those of you joining online, every year we get asked, can we still participate? And you absolutely can. And there'll be times when I explain to you what you can do that is similar to what we're doing here. There are only some slight modifications. For example, not starting a fire in your house if you don't have a fireplace. So once we call forth what we want to affirm and desire, then we'll write that on a separate piece of paper, and that will go in the envelope you were provided with. And you'll address that envelope to yourself, and we will mail it back to you in 6 months. Halfway through the year, you'll get your own letter back, and you can measure how far your affirmations are working for you and see God in action in your own life. So afterwards, after we've written down our release and after we've written down what we desire, then we're actually going to walk in the silence out to the burning bowl outside of Fellowship Hall. Now, the most important thing from my perspective, and you can decide for yourself, is walking in silence, staying in silence until the last release letter is burned. And the reason for that is together we collectively pull that energy, and every time somebody puts their sheet in that bowl, we are affirming the release with them. So not only are we releasing, but we're holding each other in that consciousness to let it go. And when all of the dust and all of the letters are burned, then feel free to speak. But if you can hold that space for each other, it makes such a huge difference for those who are standing there unsure of whether this is really going to help them, whether this is really going to work and make a difference. So we're going to work together, and this is a collective experience. I want to begin by reading the power of imagination, so you can think about how that will work for you tonight. Imagination is a powerful tool for overcoming fear, anxiety, or any negative emotion. Anything that appears disruptive to our spiritual oneness with God can be overcome. We all have things we wish we could change about ourselves and our life. And rather than allowing those things to block the sunlight of spirit, we call on the power of imagination to see as God sees, without judgment and with love. Here's a simple process. When an unhappy thought comes into your mind, stop what you are doing and imagine something you love or want to do. Visualize it fully. Give it color, detail, energy. Take a few minutes to be in the presence of your God-given wholeness, complete and grounded in love. And then go about your day in a new way, feeling fully connected to God. If an obstacle appears again, call on your imagination to bring forth the sunshine. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's from Romans 12:2. Next, I'd like to read a poem that Donna O'Toole gave to us a year ago. I want to read you the background that came with this poem. She was at her home in Panama. preparing it for sale. The home sits on, we make sure they have, okay, thank you. The home sits on 34 acres of pristine primary forest, the cloud forest instead of the rainforest because of the altitude. It sits at 4,000 feet elevation on an inactive volcano and a distant view of the Pacific Ocean. The location close to the equator gives 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness, a place of balance. It was time for her to let go of the past. She said, I held a ceremony to spread my husband's ashes among the gardens to honor his final wish. It was a time to let go of material possessions. It was a time for forgiveness. It was time to honor the people in my life. It was a time to honor myself. So I listened and I went within. And this is what she wrote. I am in a home surrounded by nature, serenaded by the sweet lullabies of birds, insects, and animals. Large groves of bamboo captured my attention, swaying gently by the fresh breeze. Rhythmically clattering and toning their unique melodious songs until I became immersed within nature's symphony. Bamboo dancing and bending majestically created a refuge where I could escape from the chaos. Escape to a place of tranquility and peace and harmony, urging me to seek inner peace by uncovering the hidden unconscious thoughts and beliefs that hold me back from being my authentic self. I continued to listen to the enchantments of the cloud forest. Bamboo shoots whistle their lofty musical notes, harmonizing with the cadence of the insects, lulled in the quietness of the rain, filtering mistily to the earth, cleansing the air, and filling my nostrils with the smell of change. And I was in awe as I discovered the pure essence of knowing I can easily draw each breath to fill my essence with peace and love. In this serene and calm place, where the light and dark are in balance, I discovered a profound, dark silence, stilling the chatter in my mind. Whispers began stirring within me, unveiling secrets and opening the portal, until I was finally receptive to truly listen to the shadows within me. Those shadows winding their way around my heart, embracing my fears and untruth assumptions. I broke their chains to set my soul free. Acknowledging those shadows, I openly chose to let them go. I released them to the winds. I released them to the rainfalls. I named them all, and they all began with fear. As I let go of all that no longer served my highest good, I discovered there is such freedom in letting go. the space that was created, a sanctuary within me that held only pure love. There was a life-altering precious gift bestowed to me by the bamboo groves and nature's sounds of the cloud forest. Now let's listen to what the power of release can do for us. During Advent, we were inspired to move from a space of fear to an enlightened place of faith. And now as we journey into the new year, let us tap into the power of release. Release is a process of surrendering through a sequence of liberating actions. Begin by becoming still and asking to become aware of patterns of thinking and patterns of feeling and patterns of responding to life in ways that no longer serves us. Next, forgive yourself and others for forgetting that you have the freedom to embrace the power of now. New opportunities waiting. Take that cleansing breath and relax and know your power to release thoughts of lack and realize unlimited abundance. To release thoughts of disease and to be made whole. To release thoughts of discord and enjoy harmonious relationships. To release thoughts of self-doubt and accept oneness with all that God is. To release resistance and be empowered to live a purpose-driven life. Be not afraid to let go and know that all is well. For everything there is a season, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away. And there's an affirmation in here that says, I release and surrender all to the light for restoration and transformation. As 2024 comes to an end, each of us has the opportunity to embrace our fears and the untruths we have told ourselves about life. All the limiting thoughts that we carry around. I can't do this because. It'll never be possible for me because. That's never happened to me. No one in my family has ever had that. All of these are untruths we tell ourselves. They limit us from our ultimate potential. Everything is possible when you believe it. When you have hope and faith and peace and love and joy in your heart. And when you believe that anything is possible, it is. Life may never be what you think it should be. But if you are truly connected in your divine self, and you feel that spirit and you allow it to be free of your limited mind, when we do that, all things change. I'm living proof of that. My husband is living proof of that. And so many of you have experienced similar. We know when we get out of the way, the power within us is so magnanimous. But we can't keep letting our ego run our life. We have to believe in the power of that divine presence and use it at any time we start to doubt, and allow ourselves that freedom where our soul is capable of being so unburdened that we can't stand the happiness and joy that we feel. I listen to people's words all the time, and oftentimes I hear people say, yeah, I'm working on that, but I'm not up to it yet. I'm going to get there. Well, when it's there, I'm capable, but I have my doubts. We can't have language that doesn't support what we want in life. You can't say on one hand that I'm God-centered, that I have that divine presence, and yet I have doubt every time something comes in the mail. It doesn't work that way. It works like we're going to do tonight, to write down what needs to go and truly let it go forever. One of the things we have to do tonight is identify thoughts, emotions, experiences, the old stories we've been holding on to, the things we continue to carry around. How many of us retell the same stories in our life, and they are not empowering stories most of the time. There's stories that talk about how difficult our life is, but where are the stories that affirm what we're capable of experiencing, or what we have experienced that gets overshadowed by the dark days? Here's the truth of the matter for all of us. There are always going to be dark days. Darkness and light. They're part of our life every day. It gets dark at night and light in the day. We're going to have those cycles, but our response to dark days is what determines how long our light shines within us and how brightly it shines. We cannot control what we cannot control. And tonight I'm going to ask you to truly think about, when we get to this place of writing, what are the emotions and the burdens and the stories and the anchors and the people that we need to let go of? What is in our way? And is it us? Are we in our own way? Can we move out of the way and release these things into the fire out there and change our lives? Second, I'm going to be asking you to affirm and imagine the same thoughts and emotions and experience and beliefs and people you want to be with. What are you willing to affirm for yourself? And here's where it's really important. I'm going to ask you some critical questions in a moment. I don't want you to answer them for me. I want you to answer them for you. But oftentimes we won't write down what we truly want because we don't believe we're deserving. I've seen it. I've done it. I've been it. It's so hard to write good for ourselves. But if we don't, God can't work through us. If we can't get to the point of belief that we are capable of more, if that's what we want, that we're capable of undeniable joy and happiness, that love is truly possible to experience in our heart, But we can't go out there and get in a car and drive somewhere and talk trash about other people and judge people. You can't have it both ways. Acceptance of all, starting with us. If you can't accept yourself as you are with your flaws, if we can't look in the mirror and say, this is what I got to work with, and I'm going to do my best in this lifetime to live my purpose, if we can't do that, then how can God work through our heart? Tonight, we free ourselves of burdens and anchors that no longer serve us. And at the same time tonight, we're going to declare our divine best for 2025. In determining what to release forever, it's going to be important to ask ourselves these critical questions, and when we're in meditation, to listen for the honest answers. What have I been holding on to that is causing me pain or unhealthy emotions? What have I been carrying around as a burden that continues to hold me back? What is preventing me from being completely free to live life with faith and hope, peace, love, and joy? Are we ready? All right. So before we get into a deeper meditation, I'm going to ask you to get super comfortable. If you're not comfortable, try to put your feet down on the floor, but whatever you need to do to feel the least amount of pain in your body, do it. Because otherwise you'll be distracted by what's going on in your body. And I'm going to ask you to just close your eyes and take several deep breaths, breathing in new life, new air, and letting go of whatever has been on your mind or troubling you. And I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. Divine Spirit, I release all that no longer serves me. I affirm my highest good will come forth. I open my heart and mind to what awaits me. Okay, I want you to keep your eyes closed if you can. And I want you to do this again. Only this time I want you to believe it. Divine Spirit, I release all that no longer serves me. I affirm my highest good will come forth. I open my heart and mind to what awaits me. And now, as 2024 comes to an end in a few hours, I give thanks for the experiences of this past year, those that added value to my life by helping me grow spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Even in the most challenging times of my life this year, I grew. I'm stronger. My light continues to shine. And I continue to navigate life in ways that allow me to consciously choose what serves a purpose in my life. And at that same time, I consciously choose to leave behind what no longer serves purpose in my life. In fact, in any given moment, I can change my mind. That's my right. I can change my thoughts. I can allow myself to have positive thoughts and emotions and experiences. And I can stop finding fault in myself and others and choose consciously where my best self can be present, where the God in me is seen on the outside, my light burning brightly. I recognize that I've tried to control people, situations, and the direction of my life. I've had concerns and worry, but the truth is, I had no control over much of what I worried about. And all that energy I put into worry could have been put into belief in the positive potential for my life. Any fear and doubt about myself or others is a choice. And I can stop carrying that fear and doubt if I choose. As I mentally scan the well-being of my body, I become keenly aware of the emotional pain and the emotional burdens that I've stored in the cells within my body and in my mind and in my heart. The stories I've told that I continue to carry around that aren't empowering me need to be left behind. But it's a choice. What I believe about me has nothing to do with what anybody else believes about me. I'm a child of the highest power in this universe. And like everyone else, I have the right to fulfill my potential on earth. Anything that is preventing my mental, physical, and emotional health and happiness needs to be left behind. I can't change the past. I can't even change the future. I can only affirm my highest good and remember that this or something better is what awaits me. But I have to believe in something better for my life at all times when I have doubt. I can't keep passing it off as my human journey and allowing myself to fall prey to that self-doubt and the psychobabble that goes on in my mind, telling me all the things I'm not capable of. As I reflect upon my relationships with family friends, co-workers, and acquaintances, both past and present. I prepare to release all thoughts, conscious and unconscious, all memories and emotional attachments that continue to create pain within me. I release the conscious and unconscious attachments that create tension between myself and others. At the same time, I forgive myself and release concerns about the role I may have played in holding negative thoughts, calling forth negative memories, raising emotional attachments that cause me pain and tension, and anything that dimmed my divine light. Whether I can see it or not, that light is always burning thin. But I can't spend all my time doing things on the outside and forget to do the inner work that helps me secure that light and to raise my consciousness and to build that resilience that I need to help me through difficult times. As I prepare this evening to release any remaining darkness that is preventing my highest good, or even darkness that is shedding darkness on someone else's divine light from shining brightly. It's not my place to decide what other people should or shouldn't do. I can only work on me and allow myself to be humble enough to be open and honest about the times when I'm definitely not supporting myself or others to the level I am capable. I consciously choose to move forward into this new year without the pain, without the emotional hurts, without the anchors, without the doubt, and without the fear that I have carried. And so I take time now in the silence to call forth the words, thoughts, emotions, experiences, or names of people or issues that need releasing. And when I'm ready, I will write them down on one of the pieces of paper I've been given. whatever no longer serves me needs to be released. The voice within knows all words, all thoughts, all experiences that I want to let go of can be written down. There's no special way to say it. When I run out of things to say, I know I am complete. I affirm now that releasing everything I've written down will provide the freedom necessary for my mind, my body, and my heart to be free. A sense of peace and calm begin to fill my soul. I can already tell that the blood is flowing without interruption because I've let go of what I'm holding on to. My body starts to feel energized. My heart is renewed. And with that sense of freedom and wholeness, I now seek divine guidance for what is mine to experience in 2025 to fulfill my soul's purpose. I am open to all possibilities for my life. I don't pretend to know what is right for me in this moment. A whole new year ahead. And with that same inner wisdom, I allow the right words, the right thoughts, the right desires to fill my heart. And I sit in the silence, waiting to write down what I want to affirm for my life. I am a divine child of the highest power in the universe. All things are possible if I believe. The divine power of the universe works through me, not against me. But it needs my help to believe. This or something better. Thoughts clear in my mind and heart. If I'm ready, I come back to this moment in time. Recognizing all that is mine, that has been written down and affirmed. I put it in the envelope, seal it with nothing but positive energy. And I feel the energy of the people around me who are doing the very same thing and need all of us to believe for them and with them and support them. So as we prepare now to walk in silence the fellowship hall and surround the fire in a circle, one by one, we will drop what we want to release in the fire and leave our envelopes addressed to us in the basket in the sanctuary. Please try to stay in the silence as we make our way out. Take the time you need to finish.